Nirvana Shatkam Literary Analysis Part 3 Neti Approach. The na, which we can see are numerous here, indicates the word not. Each of the first 5 verses has the first 3 lines with proclamations in one form or another: neither am I this, nor this too. This draws the seeker's attention initially to understand the different aspects of the Purush or human being itself. These aspects are going to be displayed on the side pertaining to the meaning of the corresponding verse. The introduction to these multitude of fragments is a kind of revelation on its own, and not identifying with any of the aspects with the cross mark depicts the neti approach. Process of elimination. The act of considering and rejecting each possible choice until only one is left is the process of elimination. So the neti of not this continues. Eliminations of the ways that do not work with the identification of the multitude of the aspects that constitute a Purush, only to finally find the identification that works. It is interesting to note this approach is similar to a quote of Thomas Edison. I have not failed 700 times. I have not failed once. I have succeeded in proving that those 700 ways will not work. When I have eliminated the ways that will not work, I will find the way that will work. While Edison hints at a scientific inquiry on the external environment, Shankaracharya's scientific inquiry is directed onto the internal self. Raising of the important question. This method is for spurring the sadhak to think and raise the most important question of what am I then? If I am not this or this, then what am I? The 4th quarter verse always provides the same answer. The ushering of the Supreme Being as opposed to the human being is the core of Nirvana Shatkam. Potential for Shivoham. As we can see, the not this continues in this verse too. The last line or quarter verse of each of the 6 verses is repeated with no change. The meaning of this line extols the greatest everlasting bliss, and Srichakra assures that it can be accessed by any seeker. The potential exists in each human being or Purush and only needs to be realized and enjoyed. Paradigm shift. The nurturing of idea about identification with the various possibilities are continued to be put forward. The different choices just prove that all joys are transitory. The paradigm of identification is sought to be shifted from the human being to the Supreme Being. Human being has a changing transitory nature, while the Supreme Being has a constant eternal nature. The Supreme Being is the cause for a permanent joyful blissful state as opposed to the human being's inconsistent and fleeting joys and sorrows. As the shift in identification with the Supreme Being gradually begins to grow, the other identifications begin to fall away. Nature of the Supreme Being. In a single literary work, A holistic view of the Purush with its various possible identifications is brought together. As we have seen for all these identifications, Sri Adi Shankaracharya has used the method of negation till now in the Nirvana Shatkam. The first 5 verses were clearly heavy on negations, and this last 6th verse concludes with confidence on a positive, concrete inference on the nature of the Supreme Being, the eternal witness or the soul. The soul, when recognized, identified with, and realized, is the source of everlasting joy. Identifying with the soul, adroitly bypassing the intruders of restless thoughts, the seeker attains the unshakable divine tranquillity. The eternal witness or the soul is supreme joy itself. Hence, the Nirvana Shatkam is also known as Atma Shatkam.